The classics you'll be tackling tonight all hail from the same place, France.
When you say French cuisine, you think technique and you think hours and hours and hours of practice to get the most minute detail right.
Well, I'm from a country that's right next to France, so...
French cooking techniques are the foundation of modern Western cuisine.
And they had an enormous impact around the globe. I combined French techniques and Asian flavors to create some of my most famous dishes. First challenge you're facing requires perfect technique. A plain French omelette.
I think I've only made 3 or 4 omelettes, and I don't even think any of them were French.
A French omelette is only 2 ingredients, butter and eggs, smooth and silky on the outside, an even bright yellow hue, and on the inside, soft, custardy, what the French call baveurs.
You have exactly 1 opportunity to achieve perfection, and we're giving you just enough time. 4 minutes.
Oh, God.
While omelets seem very easy, they're actually really technical, and to only have 4 minutes, I can't even change my daughter's diaper in 4 minutes.
The home cooks who make the best 4 omelettes will head straight to safety in the gallery. The other 4 will head straight to an even tougher task. Please head to your stations.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pull something out real fierce to get through to the next round because, quite frankly, I hate omelets.
Everyone here is here to compete. I'm not gonna be able to let up or else I'm going home. It's as simple as that.
Are you ready to cook your way to safety?
Yes, chef!
Well, get cracking because your time starts now! When you're testing a new chef, often the first thing you get them to make is, guess what? The omelet.
This is a game of nerves because 1 slip and you're out.
I need to crack my 4 eggs, and there can't be any egg whites. It has to be really uniform and bright yellow.
There's only 2 ingredients when it comes to an omelet, butter and eggs, and a lot of technique goes into it. Nothing can hide behind the flavor of a great cooked omelet.
The omelets I make at home usually have veggies and meat and cheese, and they're huge and they're fat, but I've never cooked eggs like this before.
The eggs need to be not only seasoned, but the salt actually helps break down the egg so you can whisk it so it's nice and smooth.
All you can hear is whisking, butter melting, and people just working hard.
I have it on high heat, I throw the eggs in, and I know as soon as I do, I better start stirring.
One of the mistakes that can happen here is that the heat in the pan is too high. If it's too high, it will scorch and actually start to caramelize those delicate eggs.
Come on, sweethearts, cook.
If you work it too much with a fork or spatula, you'll end up with scrambled egg. Undercook it, and it will be non-edible.
Come on, babies. Cook, you things.
Four minutes feel like it's only 10 seconds. It's going by really quickly.
Let's go, eggs. Cook, cook.
I got the first fold done, no cracks. The hardest part is getting it out the pan, like over the lip into the plate.
Wow, Becky was the first out of the pan.
1 minute, you have 1 more minute left!
I'm trying to gently fold the egg, but I can barely do it because my hand is shaking so much. Then the egg started sticking. I had the pan too hot. It's a complete disaster. Time's ticking. I need to carefully remove it from the pan and just plate it. Don't like how it's not smooth on the outside, but it's got the perfect cook on it.
30 seconds!
My eggs aren't even fully cooked, but I need to start folding them.
Hands are shaking.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Chef Claudio.
Are you not happy with this? Because you seem like you're almost disappointed with yourself.
I just know I've done it so many times and it's been smooth on the outside, and that's really upsetting me.
I can see what happened here. Your pan in one little spot did not have enough butter in it. It was dry. But overall, The shape is great, the way it just contours out, tapers in. It's a very even color. I gotta remind myself, you're a home cook, and you achieved this. To me, it looks like a professional did it.
Thank you, chef.
Extraordinary. If you made someone breakfast in bed and you serve them this, man, it's all over.
Thank you, chef. Being told that it's almost perfect is incredible. I'm extremely humbled by Chef Claudio's comments.
Are you ready to cook your hearts out? The star of this challenge is the egg.
It's so easy to mess up an egg. It seems like an easy protein, but it's not.
One of the trademarks of a great cook is the ability to fully understand and master this essential ingredient. And for me, that skill is highlighted in a perfectly shaped, fluffy, and delicious 3-egg omelet. Will prove to me that you have the skills to get back in the MasterChef Canada kitchen.
I respect Claudio's opinion, but I think there's a much more technically challenging dish. A perfectly poached egg.
Poached egg, my egg of choice.
Knowing the right moment to stop the cook on a poached egg, it's the ultimate test of skill and instinct. Perfect.
I want to see a beautiful, soft-boiled egg. It's the hardest technique to pull off because you can't see inside the shell. And when you crack into it, the gorgeous yolk simply oozes out.
You will need exactly 5 eggs to complete this challenge. And that's all the eggs you're gonna get.
And just in case that's not enough pressure, you will have to make all 3 of these egg dishes in 8 minutes.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Please head to your stations. You'll find everything you need in front of you.
This is insane. I have no idea who's gonna win this. I'm just happy to be up here.
The home cook who does the best job with all 3 egg dishes will win back a spot in the MasterChef Canada kitchen. Your time starts now!
As a cook, I've changed a lot. My hands are much more steady.
At any point in time, someone can do something that's gonna just ruin their dish. I just have to put my nose down, put out these eggs.
An omelet, a perfectly poached egg, and the beautiful soft-boiled egg in 8 minutes flat.
First thing I'm doing is getting 2 pots of water on boil. This is a test of multitasking. You have to be looking at 3 different egg applications all at once. This is exciting.
Remember, they only have 5 eggs. They cannot make any mistakes whatsoever. Michael, what's a perfect soft-boiled egg?
Room temperature egg. Water that's brought up to a roaring boil, turned down, then with a spoon just gently lower that egg into it, and then it's timing from there on in.
I have a hard time keeping it simple, so cooking eggs, I'd rather cook what lays the eggs.
The trick with making an omelet perfectly, you have the fry pan on medium heat with a little bit of whole butter and a little bit of olive oil.
Kevin is a little bit of a slowpoke on this. He doesn't have the same speed and agility that Andrew has.
Omelets are always on the menu at Andrew's house. I make omelets weekly.
And Cody, he keeps looking at the clock. He is super sensitive about his time management because that has let him down time and time again.
1 minute goes by like 1 second. You blink and half the challenge is gone.
5 minutes!
Cody's working on his omelet.
I get my omelet in the pan, and immediately I know the pan is too hot. I've got brown on my omelet. This could cost me my second chance.
My omelet comes out and it looks good. I should have enough time to poach my egg. I don't see a problem doing a poached egg, because I do that a lot.
Poached egg, I think, is the most difficult to do. You gotta get that water not rapidly boiling, simmering. And then you gotta create that vortex. And then, of course, the critical splash of vinegar. When it's finished, the egg yolk has to be oozing and the egg white has to be firm. 3 minutes!
I'm standing there, I've got lots of time left. I go to crack my poached egg. Ah, no, don't you.
What's he doing?
I
I crack my yolk. I don't have eggs left at this point.
Oh my God.
Don't give up yet, Kevin.
I'm hoping that things aren't going well for Andrew and Cody either.
Just give me the apron now because I got this.
Oh, he's gonna drop it. Andrew's gonna drop it. Out of those three, my biggest threat is Andrew. Is Cody or Kevin gonna step up so he's not here?
Cody can't keep his hands still.
I've never seen his hands shake so much.
Cody!
30 seconds!
They put the soft boiled egg into the cold water to stop the cooking instantly.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Put it in there.
2, 1. Hands up!
Good job, boys.
Please bring your dishes up for tasting. There's a lot of color happening here. Looks like you had your heat on the pan a little bit too high. What do you think?
I knew that I had left it on the heat a little bit too long for the outside, but
It's nice and moist. It's a good omelet.
thank you, Chef.
Hi, Cody.
Chef Alvin,
What do I expect to see when I cut into this?
you should see the white set and firm, and the yolk should run freely. It should be smooth and velvety.
Well, the yolk is perfect.
Thank you, Chef.
The white, I think you nailed it. Well done.
Thank you.
Cody, well, let's take a look, shall we? Gorgeous. That's like the morning sunrise right there.
Yes, Chef.
Maybe just a little hair under there on the egg white, but just maybe seconds. Well done, Cody.
At this stage, it comes down to whether you're over or undercooked by 10 seconds. The line is that fine.
Cody and Andrew, you both did an admirable job. But in the end, victory came down to a single egg and several crucial seconds.
The home cook who displayed the best timing, instinct, and technique was Cody.
Cody!
For your first pressure test, you'll be making something that appears very simple, but it's actually quite complex. Pasta.
I'm stoked as a past challenge. I make pastas all the time. I got this. I'm not going home.
And nothing says pressure quite like fresh, handmade pasta. When it's stuffed pasta, there's even more that can go wrong.
And when it is this stuffed pasta dish, Raviolo alla uovo, it is especially challenging.
Come up here, guys.
I live in a gluten-free household, and I never hand-make pasta at home. Man, I could be in trouble on this.
It's a single, delicate, handmade raviolo, enveloped in a savory sage butter sauce. The garnish, I would like to see a little Parmesan on there, and the crisp sage leaf. And here's the hard part. Inside is a single egg yolk, and when I cut into it, that liquid gold needs to come running out. The filling is ricotta cheese with spinach. When it all comes together in the right way, it is perfetto. Good luck.
Your 45 minutes starts now.
Making a raviolo such as this, it is a very, very difficult task. It's like walking through a minefield.
I would agree. All the ingredients have to work in concert.
There's a sequence. They have to make the dough first, knead it, get it relaxed
let it rest.
before they can roll it. Exactly. Because if they don't relax it, it's not going to work. The ricotta cheese has to be the right consistency.
If the ricotta is too wet, it'll bleed through. There's actually no room for error.
15 minutes. You have 15 minutes left.
Okay, guys, you need to be rolling out that dough. Not too thick, not too thin.
If the pasta dough is too thick, then it's going to be tough. If it's too thin, it won't support all the ingredients that are inside. Look at Kayla, she's got her noodles coming out. I'm telling you, man, it's anyone's game right now.
10 minutes! You have 10 minutes left. You need to be filling your raviolo by now, and those need to be moving.
Oh, no, Eric. Do it in your hand, Eric.
Eric's struggling separating his eggs.
Now he's down to his last egg. He only has 1 egg, so he cannot afford to make a mistake.
Drain the whites through your fingers.
I can't believe I dropped my egg yolks. Really amateur mistake. I think I'm going home.
Oh, no, it's saved. It's not broken.
There you go, Eric.
Beautiful, Eric. Oh, he got it. Yeah, he got it. Got one.
Have a nice bath.
2 minutes! You have 2 minutes left. Your raviolo should be in the water cooking by now. You should be finishing off your sauce and getting ready to plate.
If they overcook the noodle, that means the egg inside will be solid. And that defeats the entire purpose of this dish, because the wow factor lies in that egg being very liquidy.
Oh, my God.
I wonder how many have actually made a crispy fried sage leaf.
10, 9,
Wipe the plate.
7,
Wipe the
6,
plate.
5,
Come on.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up! Hands up!
Oh, I should have cleaned my plate.
I am crossing my fingers, crossing my toes, crossing my little nose hairs. I'm crossing everything that my egg is perfectly cooked and it's runny in the middle.
Kayla, bring your raviolo al uovo up to the front, please.
Overall, I'm pretty confident about the pressure test because Kayla's in there. I honestly believe that she'll be the worst.
Kayla,
Hello, Chef.
nice presentation, and I see you have some shaved Parmigiano on top.
Yes, Chef.
Well done. How did the crispy sage turn out for you? I get a little crunch. Well done. Let's try the big test. Does that make you happy?
That makes me really happy.
The egg was very nice. So was the pasta. But not bad for a first time out.
These people who say you cannot cook, these guys up there, you're wrong. You can cook.
Thank you, Chef. Watch out. I can cook, and I'm gonna kick all your butts.
You're gonna face a series of progressively harder skills tests. And your survival rests on mastering the most basic of ingredients.
The egg.
I'm real comfortable with an egg. It shows what you've got, shows your chops.
Get ready for the fight of your life. This is one of the hardest egg dishes that you'll ever have to master.
A delicate and savory cheese souffle.
Souffle is very hard, it's very technical, it's very challenging.
You have 3 eggs to work with.
You'll need all 3 yolks for the base and all 3 whites to make sure that it rises perfectly. So once again, you only have 1 chance to pull it off.
You have only 30 minutes to make your souffle. We want you to bring it to the front as soon as it's ready. Soufflés must be served and eaten immediately. So we need to judge yours at its highest peak.
If your souffle does not rise, your dream will fall along with it. Now please head to your station. Are you ready?
Yes, Chef.
Your time starts now!
Come on, guys.
Let's go, ladies.
Come on.
So many things can go wrong in a souffle.
Every step is critical. They only have 3 eggs, and the first step is they have to separate them, the whites from the yolks. They cannot break those yolks and contaminate the egg white. Otherwise, those egg whites just won't whip.
There are many ways to separate an egg white from egg yolk. Miranda used her hand, and that's exactly what I would do. With 3 eggs, no mistakes, use your hand.
That's definitely a home-cooked mistake to use the eggshells to separate your whites from your yolks, because those eggshells are like tiny little teeth. They're very jagged.
A souffle relies upon the whisked egg whites to rise that whole dish.
So if you don't whip your egg whites enough, it will be flat.
It's do or die, and I can't go home right now. I have too much riding on this, so this has to be perfect.
So I think what they should be doing next is starting to prepare their souffle base. Measuring out their dry ingredients, getting a pan on the stove top, melting down some butter, adding the flour to that butter, making your base roux, and then slowly add the milk to that pan, whisking and stirring constantly.
I want to prove to the judges that they were not wrong in bringing me back and that I deserve a spot here.
Miranda's batter looks very silky and smooth. Unfortunately for Alice, her batter looks kind of lumpy, almost like scrambled egg.
What's probably happened there is she has added her egg yolks to her base flour and butter mixture when it was still too hot, and the egg yolks have started to cook. In essence, scrambling. Miranda is actually starting to whip her egg whites, I believe, by hand. Look, getting a little bit of volume.
I've whipped a lot of egg whites in my day. I know that I have to whip it to a medium stiff peak.
Nice job, Miranda.
Good job, looks great.
Savory souffles are even harder to make than sweet souffles.
Especially a cheese souffle, for the simple reason cheese is very dense and heavy. And that's why this is ultra tricky.
It's just not whipping.
Alice is trying to whip her whites, and they are not stiffening up.
These souffles are going to take 12 to 15 minutes in order to achieve that beautiful height and that beautiful rise that we're looking for.
Oh my God, it's not whipping.
I don't know what happened, but I see yolk in my egg whites.
Did you get an egg yolk in there? I did.
Her whites are contaminated. She has egg yolks in her whites.
Look, look, look. Miranda's souffle is going in the oven.
Whip it by hand. Turn it off and whip it by hand.
Alice got yolk in her egg white. If I was in that position, I would really want someone to come help me.
Oh my God, look at this. Miranda's helping her.
Miranda's looking to help
My goodness.
her. I mean, this is...
It's classy.
Get violent.
One of these home cooks is going home, and Miranda is helping Alice. And she only has 3 minutes to get that souffle in the oven, or it's
Actually,
over.
those whites are stiffening up much better than I thought.
My goodness. You have to admire both of these home cooks, you know. Miranda, on one hand, is trying to help Alice, and Alice refuses to throw the towel in.
Once you take it out of the oven, within minutes, if not seconds, it will start to deflate.
Please, souffle. Please rise.
The thing with souffles is you don't know if you did it right till the very end.
Alice, with souffles, it can take a second, but it doesn't matter because in 1 second it won't be, and in the next second you have beautiful puffy goodness. Okay?
Thank you, Miranda.
Tell that souffle to rise.
Miranda's getting ready to take her souffle out.
Oh my goodness.
That one on the right looks nice.
Flat
one. This
Flat
one? I'm ready, chef.
It's raised nicely. Great looking souffle. Look at that. When it shakes like that, that just shows it is so light and fluffy. That's why they don't last for long.
No.
I can smell the cheesiness. Very rich and flavorful by the nose. It's time to taste.
Okay.
After 3 grueling cooks, you absolutely nailed this.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Thank you, Chef Michael.
Miranda, your mother is incredibly proud of you right now.
Those were the best words I could ever hear after such a grueling day.